Hurricane Helene is now a Category 4.
We didn't expect to get a hurricane at the crest of the Appalachians, but that's what happened.
Hurricane Helene was a perfect example of how really no one is safe from natural disasters.
Right now, we're standing at the confluence of Cove Creek and the Watauga River here in Sugar Grove, North Carolina. On the day of the flood, this was the furthest that I was able to get from my house on foot as I was checking in on my neighbors. It required crawling through the woods, wading through mudslides. The bridge that we're standing on, the floodwaters actually crossed it. Just the sheer amount of force of cubic feet per second came rushing through here like a freight train. Our electrical infrastructure was gone. Our internet was gone. There was no cell signal.
The road that I live on, or I lived on at the time that the hurricane hit, was completely gone. That was the day that my whole life changed. And I'm actually now pursuing a career in community organizing because of this whole thing.
My apartment building was right in the middle of the flooding here in Boone. Got up about halfway up that window. Walmart, which is right over there, flooded so bad that brand new TVs were floating out the doors. There were cars flipped over, covered in debris. That's when I realized, oh wow, this is worse than I could have ever thought it would be.
We already knew all of the roads, and in Appalachian regions in general, a lot of roads aren't on maps. The way that we moved into action directly after the hurricane, nobody else was able to. We were able to go out into places that no one else necessarily knew existed. People trapped and struggling to survive.
We did things like supply runs, bringing water, toilet paper, gasoline, generators, groceries. And we also provided labor crews, chainsaw crews, muck out crews to help get the debris and the mud and sediment that had been washed into their homes out. We helped folks in the community navigate the FEMA federal aid application process.
Currently, we are in the Watauga Down Home office. The posters on the walls here are kind of like our game plans. I help facilitate meetings and also participate on the outreach group. This is our free store for mutual aid where people can come in and get food, over-the-counter medications, you name it. And I am currently helping to make sure that federal funding reaches Western North Carolina to rebuild our communities.
I think the importance of Rebuild.us is that the money and the funding there goes directly to community organizations who are engaged in the long-term recovery in a way that ensures an equitable rebuild for people who have historically not had a voice or an advocate for them when it comes to issues that we had here before a natural disaster. Things like affordable housing, things like environmental concerns. Rebuild.us is ensuring that the people who are engaged in the long-term recovery are well equipped to continue that fight.
Rebuild.us got us in the position to play the long game when it comes to this kind of relief. I've seen a lot of predatory practices after the disaster. Massive developers have been coming in and buying up people's land that was flooded, but it's nowhere near what their land is worth. People feel change needs to happen. It's just a matter of who's gonna light the spark, to set it off. That's what I'm trying to do. I know I'm not the only one either.
The goal isn't to get back to where we were, the goal is to get back better than we were before. Right now, we're trying to put together a coalition of local community organizations. That way we kind of can stand in unison across the entirety of the high country. With climate change, there's gonna be more and more of these events that happen.
I think the Appalachian people in general have gotten the short end of the stick for generations, and the culture that we have and the community that we keep in general is worth saving.
We're never gonna give up. Rebuild is gonna happen without us, or it can happen with us, and if it happens with us, it's gonna happen for us.